Moonstompers, you've guessed it, it's that time again. Well, a warm welcome back to our channel. I'm Mrs Moonstomper.
And I'm Mr Moonstomper, as if you couldn't guess. But if it's your first time, then you probably wouldn't know that, guys. So if it's your first time here, welcome to the channel.
Welcome.
And guys, all the existing subs, anyone who tunes in, anyone who comments, anyone who interacts, thank you so much. We couldn't do this without you guys. And I notice the channel's growing day by day, so thank you very much for that.
Oh yes.
So this is the second try, or the second episode of our magazine type programme, and I think we're just going to try all this for 4 weeks. And we're going to look at the stats and see how it goes. It might not be a bit roaring success. The stalwarts amongst you, the regular supporters, I know you guys will tune in, other guys might not tune in, and you know what, I get it, not everyone's got 30 minutes to spare, but if you had, that would be amazing. It really would be.
Muchas gracias.
Very Spanish of you, isn't it? Absolutely, and why not?
I don't know Spanish for why not, so I'm just going to say why not.
Yeah, I don't know either. Okay, so enough of that, because we're not multilingual. What's the first thing on the agenda, Mrs Moonstomper? Would it be the news by any chance?
The news.
Yes, well, here is the news.
Bong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we haven't got much news this week, apart from the, just sort of carried on from the Oasis ticket scandal.
The Oasis debacle.
Yeah, and we put that on the last video. I think we pretty much covered it really. But I think the probably the only good thing the government's done is they've actually opened an investigation into Ticketmaster. But we did put that on the screen.
But now it's gone on to the
It's the government's, the government's actually said that. But I did. Did you say that? You went to the government to do that. Never mind. Okay, well there you go. Okay. It's been a long day, guys.
Yeah.
So I actually tried for Oasis tickets. Not that I was desperate to see them or anything, but I tried just out of devilment to see exactly what would happen. And I was in a queue of 100 and something thousand people. It was phenomenal, it really was. And as it started counting down, 1,000 by 1,000, or whatever it was, I actually got kicked out of the queue, being accused of being a bot.
Bot? Accusing you of being a bot?
Yeah, apparently my behaviour was that of a bot. Right, okay, I've never been accused of that before. I've been accused of being some things, but never a bot, so there you go. There's a first for everything.
There isn't there?
But on the government website, if you did try, and I don't think there's many people who watch this who would have tried, but if you did, then the government website, go onto that, so we might put the link on the screen, and there were certain parameters where they think it was unfair the way Ticketmaster behaved, such as the time you had to select your tickets, the price that had gone up, and there was a few other things as well that were, quite bad. But hey ho, enough of that.
Yeah,
so
the belly full of Oasis news.
Exactly. So did you mention earlier Elton John hadn't been well?
Oh yes, poor Elton.
Yeah, he got an eye infection.
Yes.
We'd lost. He got partial sight, but that's coming back. So Elton John, we wish you well.
That's it. Wish you well.
Absolutely.
You're a dude.
I think he's a great rock and roll star.
Oh gosh, yes.
But there you go. So Mrs Moonstomper.
Yes, Mr. Moonstomper.
On your playlist of the week, in fact, let's not do playlists first.
Oh, okay.
It is. This year is the 40th anniversary of a really, really, really good LP. One of the best LP. And it's funny that, because it's not often you would say, in my opinion, that a compilation LP would be right up there.
Okay.
Except I do like a good compilation LP.
Yeah, me too.
Legend, Bob Marley.
Oh yes.
40th anniversary. Can you believe it? Where has the time gone?
The time just flies, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Really flies.
And it's just got all the hits on. If you haven't checked it out, go and check it out. It's a brilliant LP.
Yes.
But 40 years
40
already.
years, man.
And it's gone just like that. So there you go. So what's been on your playlist this week then, Mrs Moonstomper? What have you been listening to that's been really, really good?
Diana Ross and the Super.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, that's a bit of a shock.
Why?
I don't know. I just thought, okay.
I like a bit of the Supreme.
You surprised me.
Okay.
Anything in particular, or just like sort of,
I just like, yeah. So like, someday we'll be together.
No, I do love that
That's a
song.
nice tune, that is.
I think that's my favourite Diana Ross and the Supreme song.
Okay, yes.
I really do.
So melodic into it, so you sort of want to do this when it comes on.
I don't know if I want to do that, but
I do.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But that was
Someday.
I think that was in our Motown. I think it was in the background of our Motown. This is Motown.
It was, yes.
It was, because I do like that one.
I do, yes.
And incidentally, when we put songs in the background, they're all handpicked. Yeah, I don't just sort of pop them in a hope and best. They're all handpicked, and they're handpicked for a reason.
Yes.
It's because we like those songs.
That's it.
But you know, there you go. It's not everybody's favourites, is it?
Just like picking your favourite flowers or your chockies or whatever, or your suit.
Flowers? No, I don't do flowers.
Or your outfit or something like that.
Fair enough. So, what else has been in your playlist then? Mrs Moonstomper.
Moonstomper. And Marvin Gaye, what's going on?
Oh, now that is a brilliant LP.
Oh yes.
That is absolutely brilliant. That's a protest LP. It's a protest LP.
Yes, it is.
It's an out and out protest LP at the Vietnam War.
The song itself, yes.
And I think what was the origins of that now, wasn't it? He was on tour with, I don't know if it was someone like I'm gonna say it was the Four Tops, but I'm probably wrong.
Probably.
And he wrote that pretty much wrote that on the fly.
Okay.
Because when he was on tour, he got to hearing just a little bit more about the Vietnam War, and that's what that was all about.
Okay.
And the state of America as well. So it's about the state of everything, and that what's going on. It's just absolutely. I think that's a masterstroke.
Yeah.
And that is the #1 all-time LP voted by Rolling Stone magazine.
Yes, it is. Yes.
But do I think that deserves top spot in the Rolling Stone magazine?
Horses for courses.
No. If you go and look at their top 500, I think it's a bit slewed.
Okay.
I really do, and I think there's better LPs out
yeah.
there. But then again, it's an opinion, isn't
yes,
it?
It is.
You know, and if you all have the same opinion, what would the world be?
I know.
What else have you been listening to?
Isley Brothers.
The Isley Brothers.
I love a bit of the Isley Brothers.
Okay. Anything in particular?
I like that song. I guess I'll always love you.
Oh,
it's on the Northern Soul scene.
Yeah. Okay. So.
And Put Yourself in My Place. I like that as well. And there's just so many to mention, but those two sort of. I really like melodic as well. I like melodic tunes somehow.
It depends. Now you're different to me because I don't know about you guys at home. I have mood music. So if I've had a bad week, I have something really loud and catchy.
Okay.
If I've had a mellow week, I'll have it all day even. You know, I'll have something that's a bit more relaxing.
Oh yes.
And that's kind of like the way I roll.
Yeah.
But like I say, I listen to a really wide range of music. Like a really wide range. Like,
I do.
Yeah. But I think me more so.
Yeah, so I just stick to my other Northern Soul and my reggae, my ska and rocksteady as well. The early reggae stuff.
How very narrow-minded. No money show. I'll probably pay for that one later on. So, on my playlist this week, right, are you ready for this?
Go on.
You're ready for this?
Me.
Judas Priest. Believe it or not, Stained Class.
I just say I do like a bit of the Priest, man.
Well, you know, coming from the Midlands,
yes,
same sort of area as me. I kind of like Judas Priest.
Oh yeah.
In fact, I've always liked Judas Priest.
Yeah.
That's my sort of that's my guilty love, my guilty pleasure. But yes, Stained Class, and I think it was that LP. That created a lawsuit.
Oh, nice.
There was a song called Better By You, Better Than Me.
Oh.
And I think it was a couple of teenagers in the United States committed suicide.
Oh, they blamed.
Allegedly, whilst listening to that, and Judas Priest got taken to court over that. Yeah, they didn't. The lawsuit, it didn't go against Judas Priest in the end, but they had to fight for justice on that.
Yes.
And there you go, guys. So music's a funny thing, and like I say, opinions differ.
They certainly do.
Of course they do, you know, and you know, for people to take it as gospel and then blame
the artist.
Yeah, I think that's.
Oh, sorry, wasn't that because they played the music backwards or something? There was a message.
No, well, they said there was a subliminal message in there.
I thought that was the one that played backwards on the turntable.
No, they said there was a subliminal message if they played it backwards.
Oh, I see. Yes, is that what these teens did?
Well, I don't actually know, but the prosecutor actually said there was a phrase in there saying, "Do it over and over again." And it actually happened to Ozzy Osbourne as well.
I remember that one.
Yeah, it actually, and it was just like, no, that didn't. It didn't happen. And
they just hear what they want to hear,
yeah,
don't they? And they play something backwards.
I think so. The lead singer of Judas Priest, the singer Rob Halford,
yes,
he sounds his words. He sounds the whole word when he sings, but he emphasises
like the S's.
He emphasises the end letters.
Yes.
He always has done. And when played backwards, that could be misconstrued.
Okay.
And I think he had to get up in the courtroom and give a demonstration.
Oh,
but yeah, so there you go. How strange is that?
Yeah,
but something else I've been listening to this week, just a little bit softer. Pink Floyd. Wish You Were Here. So, yeah, I am impartial to the Pink Floyd.
Yes, they are good. I do
really
like
partial. I just like that for that zoning out. What's the name? And then my piece de resistance, screwdriver, boots and braces. So, oi to all you skins out there. We're still keeping it alive.
Yeah.
It's an oldie, but it's a goodie, and I think that's one of their best works. It really is. It just absolutely punches. So get a bit of boots and braces in your life, get a bit of screwdriver, and Abby's.
Get on it, man.
Absolutely. So, Mrs Moonstomper.
Yes.
What else have we got?
You
can't remember, can you?
No.
So, we were going to look at Spotlight, weren't we?
Yes.
So, da-da, Spotlight.
Yes.
Spotlight. Oh, there you go. There's a weird fact for you.
Oh, go on.
Super Trooper is a Spotlight.
Oh, yes.
So that's what ABBA sang about, the Super Trooper.
Yes. We always did wonder when you were young.
I thought it was on about something in Star Wars or something.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, it's a Spotlight. So the Spotlight, what are we going to put the Spotlight on this week?
About Coventry, two-town city.
Two-town city. So we've been lucky enough to go to Coventry because it's not so far for us to Two-Tone Museum, and we enjoyed it. Now, it's not open all the time,
no,
but if ever you're in United Kingdom and you want to find out about Two-Tone, then I would say the Two-Tone Museum is a really good place to start. And they have a nice little cafe there as well, where they serve a mean bacon sandwich, I'll have, you know, and a couple of shops as well, because you've got to make some money while you're at it, obviously.
Some of the clothes shops.
Yeah. So in fact, we'll put pictures on the screen of the Two-Tone Museum, and that's the home of the specials. It's the home where it all started. Absolutely brilliant, really brilliant.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. In fact, Gary Bushell wrote a book about that, didn't he?
Oh yes.
The Two-Tone movements.
Yes, it was. Yes.
It was. Yeah, you read that, didn't you?
Read some of it.
Yeah, it's a good book.
So I keep picking it up, putting it down. Can't get to finish it.
well, if you shut up a minute, then you'd finish it. No, I'm just joking. Right, so what else were we talking about?
This Town.
Now there was a drama series on the BBC. So if you don't know what the BBC is, it's the biased broadcasting. Sorry, it's the British Broadcasting Corporation. Right, but they had a series called This Town early in autumn, which was based on the early 1980s.
Yes.
And that scene of Two-Tone Skinheads, which was, when we watched it, what did you think of that, truthfully?
I didn't think it wasn't as what I expected. I thought it'd be something much more different.
I thought it'd be better.
Better as well, yeah.
So it got better as it went on, in my opinion.
Yes.
But that was from the same person who did Peaky Blinders.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Yeah, but
I forget his name.
I can't remember. I'll put his name on the screen. But he's bringing out a series 2.
Oh, right.
So word would have it.
Oh, I see.
When that turns up, I don't know. But I
have to keep a watch out for it.
I wasn't overly convinced.
No, I wasn't.
And if you get to watch it, you'll see where some of the fashion is wrong.
Okay, yes.
Because I picked up on that straight away. Yeah, that's actually incorrect. It's the wrong. It's
the wrong era for such and such a clothing item of clothing.
They'd got the clothing, but it was the wrong. It was just wrong.
Okay.
You could see it was more modern than
what
they actually got. You know,
yes.
It was just like I know. That was just me picking the.
Picking the bones.
Yeah, exactly. So what else are we looking at?
I'm looking at a certain band.
So which band are we spotlighting this week?
A band called Untouchables.
Untouchables. Now that's a Los Angeles band, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yes.
Formed round about 1984. It was the 80s, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was the 80s. So, right, the Clyde
Grimes, a lead singer.
And guitarist.
Yes. All the way from the US of A.
All the way from the US of A. So, what was the single was Free Yourself, wasn't it?
It was, recorded on Stiff Records.
In 1984.
Yes.
So, guys, that's 40 years ago.
Yeah.
But that's right, so the point we're trying to get to that kicked off. It really kicked off the ska movements in the USA.
Oh yeah.
The third wave, the second wave of ska in the USA, and that opened the door for so many bands. So Clyde Grimes is an absolute OG and he's a pioneer.
Yes.
And we just wanted to say that.
Yes.
So there you go. Check them out. They're actually really good.
Yes.
They're absolutely brilliant. In fact, love them. Really do.
They sang I Spy for the FBI as well.
They did indeed.
Another old song. Yes.
They did indeed, but they just got the vibe. They've got the dress. They've got the vibe.
Yes.
And in some ways, better than the British bands. In some ways, I just thought, wow, guys, you guys rock. You really do. So,
and the moves as well, the way they dance.
Go check them out. I know it's a long time ago, but you know, it's like, we can't, I wasn't there at the time for that, and they weren't sort of hugely famous in the UK.
No, but I remember them when they was in the charts. I remember.
Just be Free Yourself.
Yes, and FBI as well.
Yeah, I kind of lost. I lost at that point, but I was sort of buried in other things.
Yeah.
So. The next item on the agenda, not that we've got an agenda, that sounds wrong, we've got an agenda, isn't it?
No, not really, no.
No, we have an agenda.
A positive agenda.
Okay, right, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Ooh, fashion.
Turn to the right.
Oh, don't start this again, I can't.
Got your left and right mixed up then?
Well, yeah, I would as well, actually. I have to have L&R on my shoes these days. Right, so what are we spotlighting in fashion this week?
Oh, the lovely Crombie.
Guys, if you are a self-respecting skinhead, right, now autumn's coming up in the United Kingdom. If you're in other parts of the world, it'll be a little bit different, but the days get a little bit colder.
That's it.
And yes, the MA one is great, but just sometimes the Crombie.
Yes, I think that's a cool look. I do.
The pure renewable Crombie. Now, Crombie is actually a company.
Yes.
It's not the jacket.
I know, because again, when you're young, you think when somebody calls something, you think it's called that, definitely, but it's not always the case.
It is indeed. So they're expensive as well. They are really expensive. So around about £450.
Yes, for proper.
But what you've got is you've got a pure new wool jacket it's almost tailor fitted. In fact, you can contact Crombie and they will make one for you. You can contact them by appointment and they will hand make it for you.
Amazing.
Which is going to run at about £2,500. There or thereabouts, but once you've got it, it's yours and it's made for you, especially. Nobody else has got that coat. But yeah, the navy retro Crombie, starting at £450 from what most good retailers that would sell something like that.
Of course.
But copy local ones can be had for around about £200, aren't
Yes, yes.
they? Such as you get Amazes or something like that. We'll put all the links on the screen.
Yeah, I suppose when you have a Crombie, you have one for life.
I think you need to buy a real Crombie as well. So, you know, normally I would say copies are good, but when you look at a Crombie, then you look at the copy,
you see the difference.
You really need the Crombie. You really need that with the red line. It's got to be navy blue with the red line.
Oh yes.
It's got to be that. And no self-respecting skinner. Can you see that one?
There you go.
Bingo. So what other fashion will we be looking at Mrs Moonstomper?
Pork pie hat.
The pork pie hat. Now the pork pie hat, that's a two-tone staple. It's a skinhead staple. It's just a staple of fashion.
Yes.
And those can be picked up for as little as, what are we looking at? £12, £13.
Upwards.
Yeah, upwards.
Yes.
So which website were you looking at for those?
Maisie's again.
Maisie's,
yes.
Okay, and there was the hats. What was it? The hats.
Oh, the hat company as well.
The hat company as well. So that's some amazing styles in there as well. Some really, really good styles. So
yes.
I do like that.
I do.
Yeah, absolutely. So get yourself a pork pie hat if you've not got one.
Talking of pork pie, do you remember the comedy series?
Desmond's.
Yeah. There was Desmond's and the character Pork Pie.
Who wore a pork pie hat.
Yeah.
He was actually from Trinidad. Or Barbados.
Somewhere like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Desmond, and then he had his spin-off series, his own series.
I remember that. There you go. That's digressing slightly, but I do remember that ever so well.
Well, it's still got something to do with pork pie. It's still tied in with pork pie. Didn't you say?
Yeah.
And there you go.
So, and it's called the pork pie hat because it looks like a pork pie.
I don't think it does.
Well, no, I don't think it does. I know it's sort of pork pie with a brim on the bottom of it.
But melted over.
But if you don't know what a pork pie is, then right, a pork pie. We'll put a picture on the screen of a pork pie.
It's going to be a proper Melton Mowbray though.
So Melton Mowbray is in Leicestershire, which is nowhere near Coventry, incidentally.
No.
But it's just a thing.
Yes.
But there you go. So enough of that rubbish. Enough. Right, what else were we looking at as well? So was it 1987? This month, 1987, was the sad demise of Peter Tosh.
Oh yes.
Who was murdered. And
yes, Peter Tosh from the Wailers.
Absolutely.
Bob Marley and Bunny Wailer.
That's it. But was it so many days before he was due to testify against Rita Marley?
And about some estate as well. Rita, Bob Marley's wife Rita. About some of Bob Marley's estate.
Yeah.
I think
But
so.
yeah, there you go. So you know that's a long time ago. And then this time 4 years ago, we lost none other than
Nathaniel Toots Hibbert.
Yeah. So from Toots and the Maytals.
Toots and the Maytals, yeah.
Yeah. And he, as far as I'm concerned, he probably invented the word reggae. In fact,
you mentioned in one of our videos.
Was it Do the Reggae?
Do the Reggae, yes.
Do the Reggae, spelt differently, R-E-G-G-A-Y.
Yes.
Yeah. So we think he invented that word.
Yes.
But yeah, God rest you, Mr. Toots.
Yes. They said he died from COVID and underlying complications as well. Died in lockdown in 2020.
Yeah. And then this month, 54 years ago, Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
As well. Another one who died in dubious circumstances.
September as well, was it
Yeah.
Yes.
Very dubious circumstances.
God.
But
That's mysterious, weren't they?
Yeah. But again, this channel, we're not gonna, I've always said we won't sully people's names.
Oh no.
We won't sort of air dirty laundry.
No.
Especially when it's not really fact checked.
That's it, because we wasn't there, so we didn't see and we don't know, so we can't.
Exactly that.
We can't say.
There are other people who will do that, and they'll do that very well. There's other YouTube channels with millions of subs, and they will do that perfectly. There's people who've written books about it.
Oh, yes.
So if you wanted further on that, unless you want us to do it, guys, I don't know if I'm happy to do it, but we'd certainly give it a go.
Give it a go, yes.
But yeah, it is what it is, that one, isn't it?
Yes.
So There you go.
Was it Mark Boland as well? Mark Boland.
Mark Boland,
another
September
death.
1977.
Yes.
Yeah, that was, yeah, absolutely.
Gosh.
What is it with the month of September? There you go.
Must be something in the air.
Probably.
Oh, it's sad though.
Very sad.
The Lord rest all of them anyway, and many more.
Absolutely.
Rest all of you.
So, Mrs Moonstomper.
Yes, Mr Moonstomper.
Oh, and Mr Moonstomper. Okay.
Yes.
That sounded like you malfunctioned a bit then, like a bot, funnily enough. Oh, yeah, you could be accused of being a bot this time, Mrs Moonstomper.
Maybe I am.
Have you got anything else before we bring this show to a demise, or a close, should I say?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. There you go. Mrs Moonstomper's got nothing else.
No.
And which makes a change, doesn't it? Because normally it's like it's something that's just
Also
like
some crap.
out of pocket completely. But okay, fair enough. You got nothing.
I can't think of anything.
No, me neither. Funnily enough. So what have we got coming up next time, Mrs Moonstomper? Have we got another one of these?
Yes.
We have indeed.
Another news, views, and shout outs.
We have indeed.
Talking about something different.
Absolutely. But guys, like I say, if you don't like it, if it's not for you, and enough people say it's not for those, then, you know, we are, I wouldn't say we're happy to scrap it, but we can scrap it and we can certainly look at something
That's
else.
it, yeah.
But we have got some specials coming up, so stick around and stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
We're kind of thinking, looking at other subcultures as well, just sort of branching out a bit, which doesn't hurt.
You have to let us know, tell us, and we'll
Exactly, but
see what we can do. Yeah.
So, and I can't remember if you mentioned Vespa versus Lambretta.
Oh, there's that to come as well.
Yeah, and I'll dig your handle out and I'll pop it on the screen if I can remember it, if I can find it.
They know who they be.
Vespa versus Lambretta, I think is a really good idea. I think is a really, really good idea.
It is.
Because we're divided.
Yes.
We are seriously divided on that. So you're Vespa on Lambretta.
Yes.
But we all know that Lambretta's better than Vespa anyway, sure.
Like I said before, I say it again, horses for courses.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So, nothing else?
Nothing else. Be there.
Okay, so guys, until the next time, I've been Mr Moonstomper. Much peace, much love.
Keep stomping, says Mrs Moonstomper. Bye bye. Love you.